After playing their last game in America and they're traveling back to London, and I know they might have reached in there for you, Arsenal are really into a very big vibe, and Edu Gospa, the technical director of Arsenal, has really come out and really told us about Lucas Paqueta on whether he'll join Arsenal or not, whether Arsenal is interested or not. That's all we have into this episode of the story as far as the transfer news is concerned. Therefore, you remember yesterday, Arsenal beat Chelsea by 4-0. Gabriel Jesus scoring fast. Captain Odegaard doubled the lead. Bukayo Saka made it 3. And obviously, the icing of the cake was that header that really followed into the back of the net after Cedric Soares really laid a cross that was really so pinpointing, and it was really given justice by the header of Sambi Lokonga into the lower bottom corner of the goal of Chelsea to make it 4. And Arsenal fans jubilated all over the world, and they will feel like everything is so much going on as planned. But ring fence your excitement. Don't be carried away, guys. That ball that you kicked around when you're playing Chelsea, it can happen to you the same in the Premier League. So let's see this happiness of Arsenal really start to kick off after Arsenal plays the first 10 games of the Prem. I really want to see that happen in there for you. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload on daily. Go by the names of Rokani David, and the channel is known as Rokani Media Football. We are talking a little bit of William Saliba, Mikel Arteta, and then we are talking Bernd Leno and why his deal is not happening right about now. So let's get into the story of Lucas Paqueta, because most of you have been asking me about Lucas Paqueta in the for you. Who is Lucas Paqueta? Lucas Paqueta is a 25-year-old Brazilian playing for Olympique Lyon in France, and he was regarded to be one of the best players in the League of France last season. And it was rumored for the previous 2-3 weeks that Arsenal are really looking for Lucas Paqueta because he plays as an attacking midfielder. He can play as a left attacking midfielder and a right attacking midfielder in the for you, and he can play almost in every attacking position of the midfield. And he can play as a number 8, like play in a pivot with like Thomas Partey in there for you, for Arsenal in there for you. So news has been loitering everywhere and looming that he's being linked to Arsenal in there for you. And yesterday, one of the many questions that Edu was asked in America, because the technical director of Arsenal, was that of Lucas Paqueta. And guys, Lucas Paqueta to Arsenal, a question that was directed to Edu. This is what he had to say about this in America in there for you. So Edu said this. He told that TNT Sports that I really like Paqueta. I'm a big fan since a long time, but as of today, the reality is that there is not even a conversation to sign him. There is nothing, as we have many players in that position. That's it. Can't say more. Obviously, when he says like that, he can't say more. There are two answers, or two thoughts that really can come in your mind. One, that Arsenal strictly doesn't want Paqueta either for you. But his first statement that I really like Paqueta, I'm a big fan since long time. That shows you that there is something going in between Arsenal and Paqueta. I mean, to see him come out in public and say, all right, there is nothing going on between us and Paqueta. Obviously, he cannot come out in the news and say, please, we're in need of that player. That's it. Because the moment you say that you are in need of Lucas Paqueta, obviously, Jean-Michel Aulas, the president of Lyon, will say, all right, you've went to the media and said you want my player. I want 55 million pounds. Rumors had it that this player was valued at 55 million pounds, and then his agent went to Jean-Michel Aulas, the president of Lyon, and told him, please, when we are coming from Inter Milan, we cut our salary because we wanted to make this move possible. So don't outprice us out of a move to go away from Lyon and really find the best suitor in there for you, because we really need to move in there for you. After that statement was really laid out from France, that was the LPK in there for you. The next 3 days, we got a story that they've slashed the requesting or the asking price of Paqueta from 55 million euros to 55 million pounds to 34 million pounds, almost 40 million euros. That's what is on the head of Lucas Paqueta if anyone needs him. But as Arsenal is really looking in for a player who is going to play onto that right wing as an inverted left-footed player, Paqueta really fulfills that. He fits that quest of a manager who goes by the names of Mikel Arteta. But the technical director is telling us that they are not interested. They are not interested. So we are waiting to see what more is going to come out of that, because you can't come out and say no to what they're saying. But we, as people who really have YouTube channels and really come in here to digest stories, we've seen very many players. Let me start with even players. We've seen very many players saying that I'm here to stay. I'm going nowhere. 3 weeks later, he's unveiled as a player for a different club altogether and is there throwing lots of praises onto that team. So we've seen managers coming out and saying, I'm not interested in that player. You get? Then later, you see him with that player that he said he was never interested in him, holding a shirt together. So never believe the words of a technical director or a player or a manager, because they are there to tell what the media wants to hear. And they're there to preach positivity, not negativity in the face. So Edu might be right or not right. He might not be needing Lucas Paqueta, and he might be chasing in for a signature of Lucas Paqueta, because we've been told by Fabrizio that Arsenal is really targeting a mystery winger. So we are waiting to see who is that mystery winger that Arsenal is really targeting. So that's what Edu had to say about Lucas Paqueta, to a side which goes by the names of Arsenal, that he really loves the player. He's a big fan, but they have very many players who play into that position. Either for you, that is Odegaard and Fabio Vieira. That's what he had to say about that. Then let's go and see what Mikel Arteta said. Mikel Arteta said, we are still a little bit short in some positions for the way that we want to play, but it is something that we are trying to address. You get? Saliba, I'm really pleased to see the way he's playing. He's already a top player, says Arteta. But when you read this story or this reply of Mikel Arteta to what Edu said, that they are not interested in that player, yet Mikel Arteta is telling us that they are a little bit short in some positions, then I start to smell a rat. No smoke without fire. Lucas Paqueta is really a very good player. And when Mikel Arteta says that they are really a little bit short in some positions, obviously, the midfield looks like it's compact. But when you look at Lucas Paqueta, he really plays in very many positions. He's played in very many positions. I wish I can go on to... Let me get something from Lucas Paqueta. I want to show you how Lucas Paqueta really plays. And his heat map. Lucas Paqueta, I want SofaScore. Where are you? Sofa. Right. Let me get you his heat map and I show you the number of different positions he's likely to play in there for you. He has been playing in his entire football career. That is Lucas Paqueta in there for you at the side which goes by the names of Arsenal, and how he can be really a very good player and how we can benefit a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. Let me bring Lucas Paqueta in here. That is Lucas Paqueta. When you look at Lucas Paqueta, he can play as an attacking midfielder and as a right winger. You look at this. This is the position where Arsenal are really looking short in positions. And he's one of those players that would come in Arsenal and really do justice to this position, especially the right winger. He can play the entire positions in the midfield. That is Lucas Paqueta. So when you look at his attributes and his strengths, he's really a playmaker. He plays high pressing ball, and that's what Mikel Arteta wants. Look at his heat map. You see, he's so much everywhere. Everywhere. The 3/4 of the pitch, he's almost seen everywhere, though he really showed his... Which is this? I want to see League One. When you look in the League of France, this is what he really did a lot. You see that red on the left-hand side of the midfield? Because yesterday when I saw Arsenal play, I saw them lacking something like this that Lucas Paqueta can provide onto this area where Bukayo Saka plays. They need a player who can come in and really get magic done to a side which goes by names of Arsenal in there for you. So I really believe that Mikel Arteta coming out and saying that they are really needing a player to play into that side and they're really looking short of positions. Obviously, he's looking for a left player who can play as an inverted winger on the right wing, where Bukayo Saka plays. That's where they are short in positions, because Nicola Pepe can't play in there for you. A player who goes by the names of Marquinhos is one for the future, and they have no one to play that side apart from Bukayo Saka. So that means they are short in that position, and we believe that they can bring in Lucas Paqueta to really come in and really do the needful. And he helps you a lot. Even when Fabio Vieira can't get you what you want, which other player? Or Odegaard, you can bring in Lucas Paqueta to get the job done. And this is going to be a marathon of a season that we've not yet even having ever, because there is World Cup. So I expect Lucas Paqueta to be one of those players that Arsenal is needing, although the technical director of Arsenal is saying no to the story in there for you. So let's get into the last story. It's all about Bernd Leno. A deal was agreed way back, but Arsenal want £11 million in this third deal, and West Ham want 7 plus 3. Now, this is what Ben Jacobs had to tell us, that on Bernd Leno to Fulham, still gridlock as per CBS's James Benge in there for you. Fulham tried for a £7 million plus £3 million offer, which they felt was strong, given Leno's contract is winding down. Leno wants the move and has encouraged Arsenal to lower the asking price. Arsenal want at least £15 million. Oh my God. Arsenal really have gone hard, and they want £15 million from Leno. And now, no movement yet, but it's clear Leno wishes to move. Arsenal looking for appearance-related and survivor add-ons on top of a pretty big fee. Fulham and Leno remain surprised at the asking price. Move still possible, but no progress in there for you. So, Bernd Leno to Arsenal is a deal that most of us thought was going to be done, because the wife of Bernd Leno was seen donned into the Fulham jersey, and we thought that, oh, the deal is done. And he has never been included in any Arsenal match squad ever since this transfer was confirmed, that Bernd Leno has really agreed personal terms with Fulham. You know that very well. Arsenal were playing in Germany against Nuremberg. He was really put out of the starting squad, and Matana started in goal. No, ever since then, he has never been put in goal again for a side which goes by names of Arsenal. So, Arsenal want £15 million. The earlier stories indicated that the difference in this deal was just £1 million. West Ham were giving an offer summing up to £10 million, and Arsenal wanted 11. Now, Jacobs Ben is telling us that Arsenal are serious. They want £15 million for Bernd Leno in there for you, yet he's left with just 1 year on his contract. So we're waiting to see how this is going to unfold in there for you, because I think Arsenal are trying to raise money, but I believe for a goalkeeper left with 1 year on his contract, £10 million are not bad. I think you can collect money out of him, because he's not a player that you bought very expensively to bring in at Arsenal in there for you, but it's time for him to really get himself elsewhere, because he's now a third choice goalkeeper at Arsenal, and I don't believe he's okay with it. That's why they're saying that he's surprised with Fulham that Arsenal are putting £15 million onto his head. And it was reported yesterday that Fulham have now accelerated their move to bring in a keeper from PSG on loan. So that's what is coming from the Bernd Leno camp. We are waiting to see whether Arsenal will really make it possible for Bernd Leno to really leave Arsenal on 11 or 10 million pounds in the EU. But Arsenal want 15. But that's much. That's much. So I really believe that when they get in like 10 from Bernd Leno, I think will be okay. You add it to the 9 or 10 of Guendouzi, add it to the 10 you're going to get in from Torreira. Arsenal has like 7 players they can sell, and they can raise £100 million out of the money. They're really going to go ahead and sell these players. Thank you guys for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share. I want to see you guys tell me your reactions to the Lucas Paqueta story. It might be a shocker, because Edu Gaspar has come out and told us that Arsenal is not interested in a transfer of this man to a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. You get? But he's a good fan, he's a big fan, and he admires Lucas Paqueta. He has added and said that they have lots of players in the positions where Lucas Paqueta plays. But I've shown you a position that is so much lacking at Arsenal, where Bukayo Saka plays, the only player they have, and they are lacking a player into that position. And Mikel Arteta has come out and affirmed that they are short in certain positions, and they need more signings to come in at the side which goes by names of Arsenal. So who is fooling who is right, who is not? We wait and see on to the 1st of September when the transfer comes to its end. That's when we'll be knowing who was right, who was not right, and who Edu was really targeting to coming through as the next signing at Arsenal. I'm signing out for now. See you later, and good night, good morning. And this is our second last video. We are coming back, and I'm planning to do a live session onto this channel. I'm out, guys.